Good afternoon, my pumpkin friends. It's Chad from Colorado Giants. Today is April the 7th, Monday. I skittered out of work a smidge early because I have a lot of work I need to do. This is going to be a multi-day video on my part, but for you, it will be seamless and perfect in every single way. Maybe? Stay tuned. So I appreciate you watching. Thanks for tuning in. Go to coloradogiants.com if you want to buy some merch or seeds. Free seed time is done. Now you got to pay if you want seeds. You better hurry because it's getting to be that time of the year. If I have time today, maybe today will be seed starting day or tomorrow, but it's coming up. But my main concern for the next 36 hours is this plastic right here. I'm going to flip you around. Let's talk about it. So the number one main project of the year, the last video we talked about a little bit of everything, but the biggest project is definitely the plastic. It is physically and in time investment, as your financial investment, it's the biggest project of the year by far. So what I need to do is get everything cleaned up. I need to clean up my winter downtrodden fencing. I need to pull out some of the weeds right here. I need to hook up my chicken water. I just need to clean up. I need to clean up all of this. I need to clean up all of this because when it comes time to put the plastic on, I want everything as clear and as clean as possible to, number one, not get in a position where anything might snag the plastic, but just to enable quickness. If all goes according to plan, today's Monday, so I don't know, it's starting to get a little breezy. You can see some of the weeds shake. You can see the covering on the kick plate shake a little bit. It might be getting too windy to try to take off plastic today, but if not today, then tomorrow morning I will be taking off the plastic and I'll try to get everything clean today. Again, we're just trying to get everything ready for Thursday. I have a helper coming. We're going to throw the new plastic on and we're going to be ready to rock and roll. So you can kind of hear is the before, just not terribly messy, but just, a little bit of this, that, and the other thing kind of scattered everywhere. Time for a cleanup, which will make me feel better. Anywho, cleanup, and then we'll jump on to the next thing, and I will talk about that when it's time. Friends, coming to you from the top of the greenhouse. I just wanted to show you real fast what I got going on. So unfortunately, when I did the greenhouse, I did it incorrectly. I thought I had delusions of grandeur that I could have a pumpkin big enough where I would need to take the end wall off, leaving the top on. But even if I did that, I have, wet walls and exhaust fans. I couldn't take it off. So basically it's twice as much work is the short story. I did that end over there, and from up here you can really see like the little hail nicks and just the color from all the hail hitting it over the years and just rips. I don't know if you can see it flapping over there. ×5 zoom on the new phone. See that rip right here? All those rips in the plastic. So it's definitely time. I got the end off. I'm working on getting this end, but as I take the top off, I have to re-wiggle wire this. So I'm going to take this end off, slice there, and kind of roll the whole thing back over and then cut it and then find a dumpster to toss a significant amount of plastic. So I'm way up on this ladder. So I'm going to get to work and stop talking, but that's what I'm doing. And about 4 hours later, we got the plastic off. The family's home. Yeah! Being crazy. Filling up some chicken water, but I did fill up the change over the chicken water to a new, better chicken watering system. Do not climb on a gate, sir. But yeah, so that plastic is really heavy, and I'm not sure which business I'm going to dump that plastic at. But we'll figure out somewhere to put it tomorrow. I gotta finish the baseboards. Got 2 days to do that until it's plastic day. A fresh roll of plastic to go on, and then what do you think, Spencer? I think he's happy. Hello there. Chad from Colorado Giants. Today is April 8th. We are installing our new and improved baseboard. Maxwell was very sick this morning and couldn't stay home, or couldn't go to school, so he had to stay home. As you can tell, very sick. How sick are you, Max? Not sick? Well,
He's been cured. It's a miracle.
So we are here today. I have the help of everybody. Emily behind the camera, my smoking hot wife, Maxwell, Spencer have been supervising. Charlotte's the only one at school today. So stay tuned. Let me tell you what we're doing. So what we got going on today is installing a new baseboard system. If Emily pans over, you can see the old baseboard system, which was just some pressure treated 2x6s. And then they were screwed on to that. The channel lock, which holds the plastic, was screwed onto that. Unfortunately, or the guy that was helping me use the wrong screws, so that's been kind of coming off over the last few years. And because the plastic goes all the way to the ground, I'm not able to edge up to it, and it kind of annoys me that there's weeds all around the perimeter of the greenhouse, as every year I try to keep the weeds at bay. So in my mind, this will help. Plus, it's never going to degrade because it's aluminum channel.
Let's look at it.
So here's what I've done thus far. It is one piece of aluminum channel that slides over the top. I bolt it to the bows, and then there's a splicer piece that connects the plastic trims together.
I'm coming around to show her you.
So it's pretty cool. This has a bolt lock in here, so you slide the bolts in, and then it's just one 2-hole strap that I ratchet those down, and I'll come back with a tech screw and screw that in, just so it's I'm double safe. But other than that, it's the corrugated piece of plastic. So this is rigid plastic. It's good. I can weed eat this. I can hit it with the string trimmer, and it'll be fine. It is UV coated for long-lasting goodness. The most challenging part of this whole process right here is digging the 6-inch trench necessary to get the plastic buried a little bit. So you can see what I need to do is bury it down a little bit so it's not just sitting on top of the ground.
And why?
What?
Why are you burying it? What's the benefit?
Why am I burying it? That's a great question. I'm burying it because the bottom would flap around. If it just sits on there, you could push it. It could kick out potentially. When it's down there about 6 inches, it's not going anywhere. Mice can't go down and up. That's another benefit. That wood was just setting on top. This is buried, so could a mouse dig 6 inches down, over and up potentially? I don't really think they will. There's easier ways to get into the greenhouse, but we're eliminating 72 feet on each side of potential entry for rodents. Unfortunately, the perimeter of the greenhouse is this really solid, stout clay, which is making it challenging to dig the 6-inch trench. Inside the greenhouse, it's 12 inches of fluffy soil awesomeness. On the perimeter, that's not the case. So,
a testament to how much amending you've had to do over the years.
So much amending. So I was using a 4-foot shovel earlier, and my back told me that's enough of that. And we went and got a normal-sized human shovel, not a kid-sized shovel. So we got that. It's going much better now. I've got 2 pieces to go, and then we get to do it all over again on the other side. So we'll come back when it's all done.
Question.
Is this a kit? Did you buy all this stuff from Rimmel itself? Or are you making this up?
This is a kit. This is an add-on, or a I don't know what the word is. It's a accessory. It's an accessory you can put on any greenhouse. I get this from Remel, Remel.com for all your greenhouse needs. Not a sponsor yet, hopefully. But no, this is talk to Adam if you're interested in a Remel or just greenhouse stuff. I got a really good contact at Remel, who's just he was an installer for a long time, so I've referenced him several times when it comes to just greenhouse questions that I have, and he's been super duper helpful. So if you ever have a greenhouse question, reach out to me. I'll give you his contact info. Super helpful guy.
Would you recommend a Remel greenhouse?
Would I recommend a Remel greenhouse? Yeah, I would. It was really easy to assemble. You know, that was what, 6 years ago, when we only had one very small immobile child. Now with 3 children, I would need a little more help than doing it all myself. But if you want to watch that whole process, there is a playlist on how I built the Remel greenhouse. But greenhouses in general, if you are a full asser and you want to go bananas on growing pumpkins or growing whatever you want to grow, if you're a market gardener or whatnot, greenhouse, especially a Remel, is think like a Rector set when you were a kid. The Remels I really liked. They came marked with lines on all their bows and all the metal, so you don't have to like measure. You just line it up on those pre-marked marks, and it makes it super easy. Emily and I were able to do it, I don't know, what, 80% ourselves. And we've never built a greenhouse before. We had my neighbor help me, we had my aunt help me. But other than that, it was basically us following instructions. So really easy. I do recommend a Remel if you're gonna get a greenhouse. Great people.
We have Maxwell over here. Maxwell, what are you doing?
Taking the wiggle wire out of the channel.
Yeah? How's it going so far?
Good, we got 4 pieces.
Mm-hmm. So you've done all that, and you've got what? How much more to go, do you think?
2,000.
2,000. All the way down there, huh?
I mean, like,
Whoa. Do you like helping Dad in the greenhouse?
kind of, yeah.
Kind of. Is it better than being at school? Yeah. All right, say like, share, subscribe.
Like, share, and subscribe.
It is day 2 on the Remel kick plate install. I've got that side just about all done, other than the very back piece, which will take a little cutting, so I just wanted to do it last. Same with this one. I still got to take the old kickboard off, but today, what has made it easier? So I want to talk about in this little segment, what did I learn from that section that I've applied to this section? Number 1, dig your trench first. That's the worst part. And just get it out of the way. Get that out of the way so you can move forward onto bigger and better things. And then the other bits are this. I'm going to show you all of the components in this kit. So you have your top channel right here, which this is the wiggle wire channel built into it, and it has this void right there if you want like a roll up sides or something. I think that's intended to kind of snap into it. And then you have this track right here, this piece of track, this is your connector plate between the pieces of corrugated plastic. So corrugated plastic, connector plate or connector extrusion to connect those two pieces together. And then you have this connector plate right here. On the other side, I went back and I added those after the fact. But right now, it should be noted that you should put that in right away, because that will help you align your next channel, because that's a pretty tight fit. So it's like a tongue and groove situation right there. If you have your tongue already, it'll slide right into the groove on the next one and make the job that much easier. So, unfortunately, at times, the directions for things like this aren't that great. Remel does have pretty good instructions, but there was nothing about the connector piece for the corrugated plastic or the connector piece for that top bit. And unfortunately, let's go over here and look at this. I think I'm going to have, well, in fact, I know I'm going to have a heck of a lot more of this connector plate, which leads me to believe that I was probably supposed to put that on the bottom. Like, I probably should have put that on the bottom of the corrugated plastic. And maybe that should have been like screwed into the ground posts or something, so it could just like slide in. If I had to imagine, that's probably what that's for. But that would have required me to do a significantly more digging, and I really don't want to do that, if I'm being honest. So I don't see any negative to just backfilling this with dirt, which will secure it just enough. The other thing that came in the kit was tin tape. If you don't know what tin tape is, zoom in right there. It's just that aluminum tape that you put on the ends of this corrugated plastic to keep water and dirt. I mean, it'll probably happen eventually, but to keep it from going through that corrugation, because it goes all the way through like a cardboard box. And then on this side, since I pre-dug my hole there, my trench, it's a lot deeper. So I'm also using the tin tape to hold the plastic in place so it doesn't fall down, since I don't have that bottom track on, and I'm just using some dirt to kind of keep it where it needs to go. So that is the tips for the Remel corrugated plastic baseboard kick plate assembly. Yeah, just a few nuggets of information. I'm just a dude installing it. I'm not a greenhouse guy. I'm not a professional contractor, anything like that. So I'm making my mistakes, and I'm sharing my mistakes with you guys, so you don't make my mistakes. So I got to get back to work, because tomorrow is plastic day. It is, what time is it? It's 4:36, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more pieces that have got to get done before nighttime tonight, so I can put the plastic on tomorrow. So enough yakking, I got to get back to work. It's a few days later. I didn't really do a whole lot of filming during plastic installation, but it's there. However, there was an issue. The roll of plastic was supposed to be 150 feet long. The greenhouse is 72 feet, giving us a little bit of wiggle room. Unfortunately, the roll of plastic was more like 148 feet long. Thus, I didn't have enough plastic to put 2 layers on. It's okay. That's why you deal with a reputable company like Remel, because they said no problem. I sent them some pictures, and they said we'll get you another roll of plastic in the mail, or shipped. It's really not a mail situation.
Hi.
So a second layer will go on at some point in time. Oop, Charlotte's gone. She's gone rogue. So we've got the plastic on. That's the important bit. At least 1 layer. That's enough to get us started, and then we can worry about the second layer, whenever. But the first layer is obviously the most important. Just one layer is important. Kids are in the greenhouse. I can see them walking down there. There's 1 and there's 2. Looks like they're staying on the walking boards because we've tilled and all that stuff. You guys are staying on the walking boards, right? I can see that they are. 1 layer of plastic looks kind of weird because it's semi-transparent. So anyway, that is the whole process of greenhouse major upgrade. Baseboards, plastic, it's ready to rock and roll. Aside from the second layer, which will do it, and knock on wood, that'll be easy. Then I just have to trim. Like, I haven't trimmed any of the plastic really around there because I just want to do it one time, honestly. So that's all I got for you. Hopefully you enjoy the video. More to come. I'm filming content this, spoiler alert, this is probably like 3 or 4 days, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's 5 days after the fact. And I needed to film this to close out the video. So I am making content, and I'll trickle it out to you. So that's it. Talk to you in the next one.